What's up, my shepherds? This is Shep here, about to do another convention review. My first one that I did this year was Contropolis, Pennsylvania. This time we're traveling up to New Jersey for Contropolis. Let's see how it is compared to the first one we went to. The people I'm going to see a lot, once again. But one of the major people I'm going to see is Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar Binks in the prequel movies. Didn't get a lot of, he got a lot of heat for that movie. And I just kind of want to go up there and see him because he's starting to do the circuits again. He's starting to get into Star Wars again. So I think it'd be cool to support him. Plus, there's a couple of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cast members from the 1990s movie. And as well as some of the Star Wars people before. So the Emily Swallow, the armorer from The Mandalorian, and some of the people we saw at Contropolis, PA. But I want to get them on my Star Wars poster and not the Mandalorian poster this time. So guys, have fun, sit back, relax, and enjoy my trip up to New Jersey. Hey guys, thank you for watching the first part of this review. I hope you enjoyed the travel. Here's my quick voiceover, my thoughts and opinions on Contropolis, New Jersey. One-way travel was between 3 and 3.5 hours. One-way travel was between 3 hours and 30 minutes to 4 hours. I did film the ride up, at least some increments of the ride, to give you all an insight to what I saw on my trip up. It wasn't a bad trip up and there and back, though I will say on the way back I kept looking at the clock going, damn, I still have a blank amount of time left. But that was just me having been traveling all day and just wanting to get home and rest. Arriving at the con, I did buy the VIP badge, though I didn't get there early enough to really use the 1 hour early entry. though I still got there early enough to get in before the general admittance, and I stopped by the North Legion booth to say hi to my friend there before then heading over to the autograph area. Since I didn't get there early enough to do a walkthrough beforehand, I decided I would do my walkthrough later once I was done with all the autographs and panels I wanted to do. When I got there, I headed to the booths of the Star Wars guests I saw at Contropolis, PA, because even though I had gotten them on my Mandalorian posters last time, I have a generic Star Wars poster that I wanted to get them on as well. And Ming Q is such a sweet person. When she saw me come up to her booth, she came around the table and gave me a hug. If you get a chance to visit her at a con, I highly recommend it. A lot of them remembered me when I met them at PA, and we got to talk some more and catch up. I really can't wait until Ahsoka comes out, because a lot of them worked on the show, and you can really tell how excited they are and can't wait to talk about the show when it comes out. The two Star Wars guests I really went up there for were Emily Swallow, the armorer from The Mandalorian, to add to my Mando poster, and she is such a sweet person. Emily was the only one that I used my VIP Fast Pass on due to the fact that once she showed up to her table, she had a line, but even though it wasn't too long, it was still already a steady line. And then Ahmed Best. I wanted to support this man and show him that he was loved in the Star Wars community, and it was great having him back in the family. He took the time to talk to each and every one of us, and you can tell he enjoyed interacting with all of us. Next up, two actors from a movie that I loved and still do to this day, the 1990s TMNT movie. I got Ernie Reyes, who was Donatello's stunt double, and also Kino in the second movie, and Judith Hogue, who was April O'Neil, to sign my TMNT poster. Both of them were very warm and welcoming, but oh my, does Judith love to talk to her fans. Usually I don't mind, but I started to get concerned because I had a panel to get to at noon, and she talked to the person in front of me for almost 15 minutes before it became my turn. But she does this because she wants to make sure you get the attention that you deserve and make sure she signs your item the way you want it. Then it was panel time, and if you want to see those panels, they're up on my channel. You can go to the QA panel checklist or playlist and find them there. But I did sit through 3 panels: the Star Wars panel, the TMNT panel, and the Avatar and Korra panel. And I'll say that each one was such a fun panel to watch. All the actors telling some great stories and moments. This is why I need to do more panels, because even though at their table you get to talk to them one-on-one, sometimes you wouldn't hear the stories they tell because you wouldn't think to ask. So I highly recommend you check out panels when you get the chance. After their panels were done, I decided to do my walkabout, which you are hopefully watching right now. And there weren't that many differences from Contropolis, PA, but there were a few, and for the most part, there wasn't a lot that caught my attention. But there was one booth that I went back to once I was done with my walkthrough, and that was the one with the metal art prints. They had my favorite ship in the Star Wars universe as a bookmark, the Super Star Destroyer. So of course I had to get that one. And then I asked if he would do any Royal Guard stuff in the future, and he said he had done Royal Guard stuff in the past, but the only thing he had now was a bookmark, and of course I had to buy that. He also had an art print with a lot of the Imperial helmets on it, and the Royal Guard was one of those, was on there as well, and so I bought that as well. So I bought some art prints and 2 bookmarks. And then I had to make one more stop before heading out, and that was for Townsend Coleman, the voice of Michelangelo from the 1980s TMNT cartoon. The show that got me into Ninja Turtles, and it was such a great pleasure talking to him and seeing how happy he was interacting with his fans. So it was great to get his autograph, and hopefully I'll one day be able to get the rest of the turtles on the photograph that I have signed by Coleman. After that, it was time to make the long journey home, but I didn't mind because I had such a fun time at this con. Even though the crowd was bigger than it was at PA, it still wasn't that bad. You can walk down the aisles without bumping into people, and you could talk to the vendors about their product without fear that you were holding up the line. And except for a few of the celebrity guests, the lines weren't really that bad. And I'll even say though that those that had lines, they weren't that bad either. Not like some of the lines that we had at AwesomeCon this year, where you had to wait an hour and a half to almost 2 hours. Being a first-year con with the backing of a company that puts on such other comic shows as Rhode Island Comic Con, you can see they have room for growth and have the guests to pull in the crowds. So I can't wait to see what they do or go in year 2. I don't think I will be going to any more Contropolis cons this year. I don't even know what the next one is, to tell you the truth. And that, I don't know if there's any of them closer to me. Though a lot of the celebrities asked if I would be going to Rhode Island, but that is a little further away and would cost me a little bit more money that I don't know if I have at this time. But guys, overall, I had a great time there and definitely look forward to going back to not only Contropolis, New Jersey, but Contropolis, PA next year. But guys, that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching. Let me know, were you at any of the Contropolis cons this year? Did you have as much fun as I did? Are you going to go back next year? And if you haven't done so already, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It does help my channel out greatly, and I do truly appreciate it. But this is Shep, signing off.